Good evening and welcome to the Tilak Maidan in Goa. It is match number 114 in the I-League, and Churchill brothers take on Shillong Lajong for another exciting contest in this Monday blockbuster, as termed by my co-commentator. Welcome on board, Shant Sengupta, pardon me. We'll get back to all the discussions and talks, but right now it is the dressing room of the home side, Churchill brothers, the Red Machines, all in red, of course. They are motivated as they have found back winning ways against Delhi FC with a 2-0. And we'll hear out from Francis Bonnet about his plans, how he has charted out to get all 3 points against Shillong Lajong, who have been very eye-catching, to say the least. Well, and there's the dressing room of the away side, Shillong Lajong, all the way, miles away from their territory. Look to find 3 away points. They had a drama-filled fixture against Rajasthan United before this, where 10-men Lajong initiated a massive comeback and a win, which was spoiled by Rajasthan, but Bobby Nongbert and his men are once again starting afresh, and we'll hear out from Bobby Nongbert about his very approach to this game.
There's part of it that we felt that we gave away the points to Rajasthan, but when you think about it, we played quite a decent game there in Tra, where we should have not won the game, but luckily we won the match. So I think that it sums up the same thing that against Rajasthan United, we should have won the match, but I think we drew it, and then I think it's fair, and I think that we are okay with the points, and we're putting all it back and focusing on this upcoming match against Churchill. Yeah.
Do you think finishing in the top 4 is possible for your team with 8 remaining games?
Yes, very much. I think not only top 4, but I think we can even go higher than that, and it depends on how we prepare ourselves match to match. And this is one important match against Churchill today, and a favorable result for us will definitely take us one step higher. Definitely a win, because I know it's going to be difficult away from home, but we're going to work out on that, and we have our plans intact, and we'll push for the win, and hopefully, luck favors us today, and we go home with 3 points back. Yeah.
Thank you, Coach, and all the best.
Thank you.
Well, all focus on 3 points, and they hope they can finish even higher than that top 4 spot. But we'll have a look at the lineups. But before that, with me in the comm box, welcome, Shant Sengupta.
Thank you so much, Vashar. And of course, a game where both the teams, of course, will come to that. But Churchill brothers, of course, they are playing with a formation of 4-4-2, of course, today. There you can see Gogo, Nishchal, Kuaku, and of course Ralte in the defensive lineup. Stanley, Rahul, Costa, and Coffee will be dominating in the midfield, of course. And now we'll shortly take a look at Shillong Lajong, of course, all the way. And we heard from Bobby Longbet, of course, that they are here to win. And they might as well, finish on top as well. Of course, we'll take a look at Shillong Lajong. Vashar?
One force change. Apart from that, mostly same. And they have a change in goalkeeper as Neto makes his way back in the 11. Ronnie Wilson and Daniel Gonsalves, the centre-backs, along with Kinsai Kongshit and Taryang, the full-backs. Renan Polino, Hardy Nongbri in that midfield, providing solidity. Damite Lingdo gets a start here. Frankie Buam, Marcos Silva and Douglas start in the front three. But today's match officials, William Joy Koshi with the whistle in his hand, assisted by Kuldeep Singh Tarial and Springson Singh, and fourth official Joy Singh Monshang. And the points table.
And of course, if we quickly take a look at the points table, there was a tectonic shift post the previous game, which was won by Real Kashmir. Real Kashmir now have dethroned Gokulam Kerala from the third position, of course. Churchill brothers have had a forgettable season so far, and they will be hoping to avoid relegation. 4 wins so far, 11th position, and they're coming on the back of a victory against Delhi FC 2-0, and they will be hoping to continue from where they left off, where Ogana had scored a couple of goals and had taken his tally in the ongoing I-League to 4 goals, of course. And Abdu Samb, he's also had 4 goals under his belt. And of course, if we take a look at the head-to-head record of the last few matches, there have been 5 matches played. In the last 5 matches, of course, Shillong Lajong have won 3 times, and of course Churchill brothers all the way from Goa have won on 2 occasions. So none of them encountering a draw in the previous 5 matches. We'll quickly take a look at the toss with the 2 captains. I think the toss has been won by Churchill brothers, and they have a chosen side, and I think it's going to be Shillong Lajong, the visitors, who will be starting. Of course, it was Taryang, the captain.
Well, the stage is set, but of course another interesting part of the story is that Abdul Karim Samb, he has played the reverse fixture in Shillong Lajong colours, and today he is there for Churchill brothers.
Unbelievable. So, I mean, where does his heart lie out? We will be seeing shortly. It's the men in red locking horns with the men in white.
Well, and Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary has got all that experience in his back. He has led this side a while ago too, but today it is Gogo's opportunity. But Neto, focus will be on him, and the reason is that there was a bit of a fumble from the man in the previous game, and to be honest, to be fair, we'll get back with those discussions, but right now it is the side from Meghalaya against the Goan giants of this stage at the moment. They have won the I-League twice, and they will be looking to get out of that bottom zones. They're not habituated being there, and they want to end the league on a high. But Shillong Lajong, they have climbed heights this season, as close to second position, but have seen a little downfall and find themselves at 6th right now. They will look to climb back. They will look to get to 29 with a win here.
Of course, a win for them, and like Bobby Nongwe said, they would be in contention for the top 4 as well. And now, as we mentioned a while back, it's going to be Shillong Lajong to start. And off we go here at, of course, the Tilak Maidan. It is Shillong Lajong who have a task in hand up against Churchill brothers, who are a force to reckon with whenever they play in Goa. It's the men in red locking horns with the men in white here.
And that's Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. And Churchill have kept a clean sheet against Delhi FC in their previous game here at this very venue. And here is Abdul Karim Samb. Oh, what a chance early on in the game. Just the first minute, and he could have announced his introduction to Shillong Lajong.
Absolutely, early on in the match and showing the kind of approach he'll have. Abdul Karim Samb over here. A chance for him, of course, to score his 5th goal. Churchill brothers, very unfortunate that they are in the 11th position and all they are doing is trying to avoid relegation in this season and finish on a high. Remember, they have been the champion of I-Leagues on 2 occasions, 2008, 2009 and of course 2012 and 13, have been the runners-up on 3 occasions. 3-time champions of Durand Cup as well, and of course the Goa Football League, they have been champions on 8 occasions. That's of course Churchill brothers, the men in red and now the men in white. Quick turn, chance, building it up of course. Shillong Lajong.
Churchill brothers, they will look to get an early goal here, and that will help them continue with that flow from the last game before Shillong Lajong. And think they have been a side very special to watch, Shillong Lajong, the way they go ahead with things, the way they approach a game, their style of play, the passing, the movement, and everything about them. And here's a long throw meanwhile. Nischal Chandan has got the ability to go long from those opportunities. Has been quite a weapon lately in that long throw.
And of course for the ones who are just joining right now, the previous game, it was 3-2 in favor of Real Kashmir. A tussle for supremacy, eventually being won by the Snow Leopards. They're now in the 3rd position with equal points, of course. And a quick glimpse of the points table, of course, we'll take a look a while back. And it is Churchill brothers in the 11th position. And Shillong Lajong need to do a little better to finish on a high. Now, cleared away by Shillong Lajong, still in the mouth of danger. Takes a shot from a distance, of course. Gogoi, captain, and now marching forward here. Ralte, intercepted very well by Hardy Nongri. Interceptions have been pretty good from Hardy Nongri. I think he is a prime weapon as well. He can play in the midfield. He can fall back and act as a defensive troop as well. Score those few goals as well. And of course, Bobby Nongbet has a good bet in the form of Hardy Nongri today.
Oh, there's a chance meanwhile in the box. Laid off for Rahul. A grounded effort, not well collected. And Nato stands strong.
Once again, the grounded shots can sometimes sense danger. That's another example of what we saw from a distance, Churchill brothers, by making sure that they send out a statement that they are here to win. From a distance, Rahul Raju, the goalkeeper of Shillong Lajong. Netho was tested early on, and now the first corner, the first set piece here, but a faint one, lacking power and precision in equal numbers. I tell you, Asha, 5 minutes up on the clock, but there's been no shortage of drama.
Well, there hasn't, and they want more of such drama. Solid from Damai Tlingdo in the midfield. And Churchill have won it back. Here's another chance to shoot maybe. And the wall is all he finds behind the net.
4 wins for Churchill brothers so far. After suffering a loss against Gokulam Kerala, they had a 2-0 win where Louis Ogana had scored a brace. So all eyes would be on Louis Ogana, jersey number 99. But Rahul Raju meant business early on with that shot from a distance. Now, a chance. Quick turn from the man from Ivory Coast. Aubin, of course. It's very quick off the blocks. The ball once again goes outside the sidelines. And champions of honors 2008, 2009, 2012, 2013 have been the champions of I-League on 2 occasions. Bleed for Goa. And the men from Goa, in fact, mean business. Gogoi, the captain, couldn't really get that cross on point. Now, on the counter, the men in white pushes the ball forward. The long ball strategy being adopted. That's good collection. Fantastic combination play from Shillong Lajong. An attractive brand, like Vashaw said at the start of the game. That's exactly the kind of brand of football they are playing. Here we go. Intercepted and cleared away from the mouth of danger. And of course it won't be enough for Abdul Karim. And safe waters the ball in.
Well, and there you can see the board at the background too, as you read just a while ago. The champions a good few years back, and the second of that triumph was the only time when Churchill brothers went and got a win in Shillong against Shillong. Apart from that, this fixture has been one wherein Churchill get the wins at home and Shillong get the wins at their home. So it has been a rivalry, a pretty old rivalry revived. The first time they met ever was on the 17th of December 2011, where Churchill got a thumping 6-0 victory over Lajong.
Fantastic. I mean, whenever these two teams lock horns, there is a slice of history one can always see. And that is why we are here to walk down the memory lane. But now, of course, it is going to be Nishchal Chandan with that throw and with that unique haircut as well. But there you can see, with that unique haircut, he has a unique way of throwing, and the ball once again goes outside the goal line. Nishchal Chandan, just takes a while to get the bearings right. Let's cut him some slack. And here we go.
Pretty solid as centre back. Grown in stature over the years, been with Sudeva Delhi before this, and now with Churchill. And Rahul Raju with almost a clearance. Nishchal rises the highest. A little bit of an awkward bounce at the moment of the surface. The surface has gotten slightly better compared to the last few matches, and they worked on it visibly. Puam releases skin side Kongshit. The delivery comes in. Hardy Nongbri was just waiting, but Richard Costa read that and intervened in time. Good exchanges. And Kinsai Kongshit back in defensive duties. Taryang looking to go through the legs of Emmanuel Coffey. Here's Louis Ogana towards up to Karim. He knows this Shillong Lajong side very well, but not sure if the same can be said about the ground. Expertly controlled by Hardy Nongbri, and that's a mistake from Aubin. Marcus Silva just couldn't find Douglas Stardin. These two Brazilians have really lit up the attacking show for Shillong Lajong. And of course, they have 4 Brazilians in the first 11 itself. Renan Paulino, Daniel Gonçalves, Douglas Stardin and Marcos Silva.
Of course, whenever the Brazilians are involved, there is plenty of drama and action. 5-time winners of the FIFA World Cup as well. So Brazil is a place in the world where football is literally in the air. Have you visited Brazil, Basha?
Well, not yet, but I have witnessed some Brazilian flavor in the I-League through this Shillong Lajong side. And they would look to continue the same here in Goa. They love their football too. And here's Emmanuel Coffey. Shielded off somehow, but they will have a corner. And they're getting those opportunities. It's very windy out here.
Absolutely, and let's see where the wind blows towards, which way the wind blows towards. Presently it is Churchill brothers who have done a pretty good job with those constant attacks, and the defensive department has done well to thwart the attacks. Here we go. Let's see what the defensive department of the Men in White does. It's going to be Ralte with that delivery, but cleared away. Good header clearance on that occasion, but still in possession of Churchill brothers here, the men in red. Match number 114, I tell you, going on at the Tilak Maidan. And Nishchal Chandan once again, the last time he took that throw in, it wasn't a good one, but let's see if he recovers well. But he's gone way outside. I think he's gone outside the stadium itself to take that throw in, but this time gets that throw in well. And I think it's, what was it, a foul throw in? The second time he messed things up, is it? Seems like it's a foul throw in.
Seems like very possible. And Shillong Lajong will have possession back. Sometimes a little too eager with those ideas. And just to have a look back at Shillong Lajong's previous fixture, it was a 4-4 against Rajasthan United, wherein Shillong Lajong conceded the early goal. The goalkeeper with a little slip, not fortunate enough. Rajasthan took the lead against the run of play. Shillong Lajong were attacking fire against Rajasthan, but it was 1-0, and then soon, before half-time, a few attempts, opportunities they kept creating, and Shillong Lajong took the lead 2-1. An attack meanwhile for Churchill brothers down the flanks right now, and Emmanuel Coffey will play Abdul Karim Samba through, and the whistle goes a little late for a free kick. And just getting back to that fixture, it was a 2-1 at half-time in favor of Shillong Lajong, and then to start the second half with, Shillong Lajong got a red card and they were down to 10 men, and from that very moment the free kick converted. It was all levels at 2-2, but drama prevailed. Before that we'll look at that foul again late in the challenge, Taoyang, but at that very left back position 10-man Lajong, and then initiated a comeback, a 4-2 the lead, but couldn't contain. It was a drama-filled 4-4. Far from that in this very game. First quarter of an hour gone, but right now a chance for Remruata.
Absolutely, like my co-commentator mentioned, and we'll come back to that. Parried away, chance, and it is a goal. Look at Churchill brothers. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. Stanley Fernandez with that perfect finish, full of precision, full of power. It was parried away well, but in the line of Stanley Fernandez, who won't miss when he's given an opportunity. What a fantastic goal. Churchill brothers up and ahead in this game.
A good spot and a good shot from Stanley Fernandez. Look at that. The free kick initially parried away, no one marking him, and that's not a good punch. Tell you what, the rule, you either should catch it from there or you should punch it out of the box. That is very poor. And then on the second attempt, it was a gift, and Stanley did no mistake. And that also gives an opportunity to speak about. There were a flurry of comments and shouts and chants against Bishal Lama in the previous game because of the 4 goals conceded. But tell you what, that was just one off day for the young lad. And got a feel for him. He's not in the squad today. A bit of a punishment, I believe. But he has been one of the best or most promising of the lot. No discredits to the other players as well. But to judge a player based on just one bad performance, that's a bit of harsh side of the game.
100%, I completely agree with you, and that was a total mix-up from there. Total mix-up on that occasion from Neto. But of course, we'll quickly take a look at the foul over there. Not happy on that occasion, Daniel Gonzalez, who scored 4 goals so far in the tournament. Not happy with that decision from the referee, but unbelievable. I mean, like you just mentioned, this could have been another chance, another set piece, and the goalkeeper Neto, you got to cut him some slack. He's not being able to deliver the goods with a perfection so far.
Well, they've got the height in the box. The Churchill brothers, Louis Ogana, Abdul Karim and Kofi, every one of them really troubling the Lajong defense at the moment. They have been pretty solid at the back with Ronnie and Daniel Gonzalez, but they sometimes just lose the context of the game. But this man here on your screen, Tamait Lingto, did not allow him space, and that is a beautiful pass threaded through, but should have done better on that occasion, Marcus Silva.
Absolutely, that was a perfect pass from Lingto, and Marcus Silva, it was a tough angle, but couldn't really keep it towards the goal. Solid chance goes begging on that occasion.
And here's Taviang back in possession. So Churchill, as the trend goes of home matches, they score here again, take the lead against Lajong.
I think that once again, if we talk about the goal, that was a good goal from Stanley Fernandez, of course. Once again, Churchill brothers. But this time, good work from Neto. Judged it really well. Didn't stay in his position. Judged it well. Collected the ball quick enough. You would heave a sigh of relief. Still early warning signs, in fact, for the men in white.
Well, Tardin is not happy. The two Brazilians having a go at one another. And more than an argument, it is more of two friends going in a conversation, where desperate conversation rather, where the ball should have been played through. They are still continuing with the chatter. They need to calm down. It is his own teammate, and they can together help find points to this team. And here's Hari Nongpri. He has quality delivery there again, and cleared away eventually. Here he is once again, Hadi. Dribbles past one, but Abdul Karim is there, an old mate of theirs. Here's Emmanuel Coffey. Can Churchill brothers increase the lead further? Not with such crosses.
Had a lot of pocket of space over there, Emmanuel Coffey, but just a bit too tempting. Took a shot from that distance. Probably should have given a square pass, and then things would have been a tad better for Emmanuel Coffey on that occasion. But Emmanuel Coffey, Abdul Karim, all of them stepping up, delivering the goods. Emmanuel Coffey all the way from Ghana, and of course his a teammate from Nigeria, Louis Ogana, and then of course his teammate from Senegal, Abdul Karim. A lot of Africans over here playing, and then of course we have Ivory Coast. So 4 Africans in the team for Churchill brothers, believing in the fact that Africa has a good control over their football as well. They love their football, of course. Like we were mentioning about the fact that there are a few Brazilians in Shillong, Lajong. In fact, all 4 Brazilians, all 4 of them are Africans for Churchill brothers, the men in red. red machines, as my co-commentator calls them, and so does half the world. Here we go. It's the captain, Gogo, with that throw in. He'll be a pretty happy captain, and so would be the team coach, Francesc Bonet, with the way things have panned out for Churchill brothers early on in this match. Back in the defensive department of the men in white, slabs the ball away from their defensive third. This time it was Nischal. Now in the midfield again, a chest trap, and now Shillong Lajong, desperate for that crawling. Hardy Nongri it was, but from the left. Yes, a little bit of an open space. The defender's not in position, but intercepted well. Fantastic defending over there from Shillong Lajong. Now on the counter attack, they're going forward. Once again, shift in possession. Again a shift in possession. What are we witnessing?
Oh, that looked like he has a case there. Marcus Silva in the box. Tardinus hurt himself too. Another sliding challenge, this time fairly done. And a long ball forward. Things happening. Ronnie plays it forward. Puam tried to switch it quickly. And now Kinsai Kongshit from the right. Tamait Lingdo. Such a prodigy, such a talent. Towards the right, another cross in. Across the face of goal. And they need to maintain composure. Marcos Silva and Douglas Sardin, both of them have the quality, but they need to keep focus. Had a little bit of a argument a while ago on the pitch between each other.
And of course, it's not going to be easy for Shillong Lajong. It's a theory which my co-commentator mentioned to me a while back as well. Of course, I mean, if you take a look at the conditions which Shillong play and the conditions they're playing at the Tilak Maidan, stark difference. They're used to hilly regions, they're used to mountainous regions, so it will not be easy for them to adapt to the humidity of Goa. But this is what football is all about. You have to be very, very versatile, and you have to adapt.
Tamait with the shot, well wide this time.
And of course, like Mr. Professor says, the fact that this temperature difference, if we could just shed some light about what is happening. A while back we'll do that. But the men in white, of course, right now, staring down the barrel.
Shubhashish with the goal kick. And here's Ronnie Wilson. Lost in the lights there, Emmanuel Coffey. Back in control, wins a free kick.
Here we go, the captain, Gogo. Let's see what is his plan. But of course, if you take a look at the replay, just a push from behind, of course, from Hardy Nongri, and unfair in the eyes of the referee. It was Emmanuel Coffey all the way from Ghana. Now Gogo with that curler straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper making no...
Shubhashish out of his lines and clears it in time. And a throw in for Shillong Lajong. Kinsai Kongshit. Renan Polino to Tamait Lingdo. Coming in from Bengaluru FC. A good cut back. Funky Boom. He scored a wonderful goal in the previous fixture from way out. And a heavy touch capitalized. Or physical battle. Taryang gets the better of it still. 25
minutes up on the clock. the story of the game has been 1-0 in favor of Churchill brothers. Stanley Fernandez with that goal after that little mix-up from Neto, where he tried to push the ball, but pushed it into the danger zone once again, and it's Gogoi. Can't really keep him out of the gameplay. The captain is an integral part in the right back position for Churchill brothers. Now flashes the ball, but this time a wayward delivery and the ball goes outside again. Neto. Bleed for Goa, as they say. The Goans, they love their brand of football. I mean, we've seen so many iconic footballers in the past as well from Goa, emerging out from Goa, doing so very well, stamping their authority in the Indian football team as well. And one of the main reasons why they have such a decorated history is because of Churchill brothers, it's because of Tempo FC, because of several clubs from Goa who have done their part, of course. There was a little bit of a challenge, but eventually keeping his cool, keeping his presence of mind, of trying to use the right flank here. Shillong. Gentle passes, slick passes.
Tamait Lingdo trying to feed it through. Not quite finding what he was looking for. He's got to start after a few substitute appearances. And you were talking about the previous fixture between these two, where it was a 2-0 in favor of Shillong Lajong. And in that very match, the two goal scorers were Paulino and Lajong Poham, one of them on the pitch. Here he is on your screen, Renan Paulino, the captain for Shillong Lajong, and of course Lajong is on the bench. And they have a good bench as well. Shillong Lajong very much has a quality filled one.
Like in the last game, we saw an absolute cracker of a game. We'll come to that, but of course, good delivery. Now, can it be cleared away by Shillong Lajong? It has been cleared away. Do you think this game has the potential to shape up to be a thriller?
Tough question, but we might just see, because there has been goals in the past wherever these two teams have met. And Churchill brothers, they do not have clean sheets in back-to-back 3 matches against Shillong Lajong. And it has been a good while that the rivalry recovered. And another chance, so nearly. Orbin, who was up in the box, could have troubled Shillong Lajong for a second time, and we could have seen goals flying in once more.
Another attempt towards the goal. And like they say, beating Churchill brothers at home is always tough. This is exactly what they are doing over here.
Solid from Richard Costa, but Tamait somehow gets through all those red shirts. Puam under pressure will win a free kick. It was the previous challenge rather. Called back for it. Would love to see that run again from Tamait through 2 defenders and suddenly creates a bit of space for himself and his team.
A win over here for Churchill brothers. We'll come to that, of course, but there you can see Nishchal tried to set it up. Orbin, but this time Nishchal making no mistake with the assist towards the goal. Once again, it was a rocket, and then in the very first touch itself, here we go, chance, but of course headed outside by Shillong Lajong. Another chance goes begging.
Almost similar to the goal he scored a few days ago, Daniel Gonzalez. It was a good delivery, calling to the path, just couldn't direct it goalwards.
Churchill brothers have to play better at home. Like we've always said that they have displayed good flair and flamboyance when they're playing at home. But in the last 5 matches, they have just won 1 game at home. That too in the previous game against Delhi. So, for the past 4 matches before the last game, they were beaten at home except once when they had a 1-1 draw against Namdhari. So that is a bit concerning for Churchill brothers, especially at home. They would be a tad bit happy with the way things have panned out so far at home in this match, but they cannot afford to let their guard down. But now, one-on-one opportunity right there for Churchill brothers. Stanley Fernandez was looking for his second goal, but this time was good work from Neto, who collected the ball with proper precision.
Well, indeed. He has been with the Shillong Lajong side since a very long while. Had gone to different clubs in between, of course, but he has returned to the I-League with the return of Shillong Lajong, and they have trust in his experience and abilities. It is a corner for Shillong Lajong, but Neto's outing thrice now has saved Shillong Lajong. Apart from that one mistake, which has cost them the goal, he has been pretty decent under goal. But 2 corners each, and Hadi Nongri will look to bring Shillong Lajong back. Another good-looking delivery, and now Damite trying to set it up. It didn't fall kindly, and Puam, he likes to shoot from distance. It didn't generate enough power this time.
Absolutely, he likes to showcase his skills from those pile drivers, but this time lacked a little bit of power and was exactly where the goalkeeper of Churchill brothers was standing, Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. 32 minutes have elapsed. We didn't have a drinks break.
It is Nischal Chandan rising again for that long throw.
2 throw-ins have not fetched him enough results, but let's see this throw-in this time. A while back he had a perfect assist, but this time a good throw-in. Once again, I think it is unbelievable. Nischal is just having a day to forget. It's another foul throw-in. Another one. Second one on the bounce.
Well, I'll tell you a secret which I heard last day itself on the comm box, sitting here with my co-commentator that day. Most of the times at the senior level, he just sometimes let it go because it is for the youngsters to learn, and in these long throws many a times it goes unnoticed, but the assistant referee here is noticing each and every step of Nischal Chandan, which is of course as per the rules.
Absolutely, that's a great point mentioned by you and your co-commentator in the previous game. But now we have Gogoi once again trying to build it up. Delivers in a good ball, but that's straight into the hands, safe hands of course, of the goalkeeper of Shillong Lajong.
In the back line and now controlling possession. We were asking about the weather report a while ago. It's approximately 28 degrees in Goa right now, mostly humid, but still better due to the wind. And here's Tatin combining, golden opportunity. He was hoping that Damite would shoot. He didn't expect that pass to come back, but great combination play, and good from Marcus Silva to just leave it because he was in an offside position.
And there you can see the first touch should have been a bit more smoother from Douglas Tardin, but he was right exactly where his team would have wanted him to be. But a first touch a bit more smoother, and that really could have resulted into something special. Here we go in the midfield now, all the action unfolding. It's an aerial ball, bounces in between the two teams. Now the man in white, Shillong Lajong, using the right flank, takes a shot from a distance, but again not being able to put it exactly where he wanted. A shot from that distance He's wanting his luck to play a bigger role than his skill set on that occasion, and that is where the problem lies. When you want fortune and when you want luck to play a bigger role than your skill sets and abilities, that is when things might turn out to be a bit rough. Here we go, Shubhashish with that goal kick. Churchill brothers would be pretty happy, but would still be looking for that opportunity if it is handed out on a platter. This time it was Abdul Karim Sam, who've scored 4 goals in the tournament so far. Churchill brothers, a win, and they would be in the 9th position. A win for them in this game, and they would be in the 9th position. And then the entire frustration and the thought process of relegation would shift to Namdhari, to Rajasthan. But Neroka and Trau, they are right at the bottom of the points table with 7 points each, having played 15 games with identical wins, that is 2 wins each, just a draw and 12 losses. You have 12 losses in a campaign in I-League, and things will definitely not be in your favor. You look at someone like Mohammedan, who've got only 1 loss in their entire campaign so far. That loss came against Real Kashmir that took place at the Noihati Stadium. There was a big ruckus that was created by the fans of Mohammedan. They were not happy with the way things panned out. Less than 10 minutes remaining on the clock.
When Polino, his delivery is blocked. And Orbin launches it long towards Abdul Karim. Can he hurt Shillong Lajong? Taking his time, one-on-one, almost getting glimpses of his old training sessions there. And here's Luyukana. Stanley. He has that knuckleball trained, induced in him. Rahul Raju. Good pass, good exchange, but solid defending. Good phase of play from Churchill brothers.
Nishal Pradhan again, once again, just randomly clears that ball.
Coco with the throw-in. Here's Renan Polino, possession exchanging feet quickly. Oh, that's a lovely pass. A Termite combining in the same wavelength with the Brazilians up front. Orbin, look at how high he has come to press, and he'll continue that press. He'll complete that full circle. And Harinongbri has some space. Solid from Remruwata Rwalte. And here's Buam, just helping his team back in possession. Taryang. And here's Daniel Gonzalez, taking their time, taking their own sweet time to build up. It's not the most suitable conditions for the style of play of Shillong Lajong, but they have to adapt to it and then have to know how to tackle those circumstances. Their last memory of Churchill's home was way back in 2018, on the 15th of November. A 4-2 win for Churchill brothers. Shillong Lajong scored twice but conceded 4 times. And there was Kinsai Kongshit playing in that fixture too, along with Frankie Buam. Both of them have started the game today. It's been 6 years now almost. And they are back with Lajong. They're continuing that flair with them on the right hand side of the pitch today, Buam and Kensai Kongshit.
And of course Shillong Lajong like you just mentioned a while back, that they're taking their own sweet time to build it up. They are not a side who are not exposed to the fact that they can stage a comeback. There have been a few occasions in the past where they have staged a comeback. In the game against Sini the Deccan, of course, 14th November, they were trailing after that goal from Gabriel from Sini the Deccan, and then it was Wilson and Mickey who had those couple of goals. And of course, Gabriel's second goal from Sini the Deccan had eventually made sure Shillong lost the game. Most recently on 25th February, where both of us were there in the comms when Trau had scored a goal, and then Shillong Lajong staging a comeback in that second half. So they would believe right now. It's a tough angle, takes a crack on the goal, and would you believe it? I think, is it offside? Not quite yet. It is a goal, and it is Buam. But what a pass as well from the left flank. And like I was mentioning about comebacks, they have crawled back and they have found that little slice of happiness before we wind down on the first half.
Almost 6 years later, he has come back again in Goa to help his side, Shillong Lajong, come back in this game. Frankie Buam, he has never lost his goal-scoring boots and has just found it back, the momentum with him. 2 goals in back-to-back games for Frankie Buam. And there's that pass again towards Tardin, and the cut back, perfection. Beautiful football from Shillong Lajong.
Fantastic, look at that pass. It was a tough angle. There were defenders breathing around his neck, but a complete teamwork. That's a glittering piece of team play powered by a consummate finish from a Buam. And like you mentioned, he's come back to Goa and once again showed the people of Goa what he can do. And Buam, out of nowhere, has made sure that Shillong Lajong staged a comeback, like we were mentioning in the game against Sini the Deccan, in the game against Trau. It was Shillong who had staged the comeback, and once again for the history books, in this game against Churchill brothers on 4th March, it is Shillong Lajong who staged the comeback. Whether it is the slice of happiness turning out into a cake of happiness, into an entire full cake of happiness, that only time would tell. But I think he's just receiving some medical treatment on that occasion. But once again, if we see the replay, a perfect team play. There was absolutely nothing which Shubhashish Rai Chaudhary could do. And kisses the camera, just showing that Shillong Lajong are here to win. The Shillong Lajong are here to prove a point that they can win away from their homes as well.
Well, also, to add that point, that pass from the midfield, it was Renan Polino with the pass through, splitting the entire Churchill defense, and created that opportunity for the strikers to combine, which they did, and they did very well. Well, there has been a forced substitution, I believe, and that is not really good news for Shillong Lajong. Douglas Tardin, who just combined to get Shillong Lajong the goal back, has been taken off, and in comes Kinsel Luhid. And there's a foul meanwhile, a tackle from behind by Orbin. Didn't use his arms, I'm not sure what he's supposed to do there with the jumper, but couldn't get the ball.
Kinsai Luid, and of course Douglas Tardin had scored in the previous game against Rajasthan, of course, along with Gonzalez and Buam. So now a chance for Kinsai Luid, who's got a whole half to prove his point. But now Hardy this time, once again just pushed away, wouldn't even say padded away, just gently pushed, but still near Buam, takes a crack on the goal, but a wayward finish which eventually goes outside the goal line. It took a while for them to believe what's happening over here. We come to an end to regulation time, of course. Shortly, we'll see what is happening. Here we go from the left, as you can see.
Well, Shillong Lajong, they continue attacking. Finds a pass through. They're going wide time and again, knocking the door from this very side.
Absolutely splitting the defense. 4 minutes of added time. Of course, on the clock, they're using the flanks, spreading out the defensive troops, not giving them any room, to breathe. Now that goal kick. Once again, a topsy-turvy game for both the sides we can witness. Here we go from the midfield.
Kinsel Lewid trying to turn his man. He's another man filled with confidence. Has got 3 goals in the last 3 games. A brace against Neroka, from where Lajong found back winning ways. They lost track of wins once they came back from the Super Cup campaign, and after that Neroka match they have again got back the belief. Go. He'll look to go long. There's not much time remaining before we move into the break. Trying to combine up front. Can Churchill take the lead? It is a wasted attempt. And a goal kick.
Just a few more minutes before we wrap out proceedings. Churchill brothers be hoping to stage that little comeback. Shubhashish Roy on your screen a while back, of course. Now
well, 4 minutes of additional time, almost coming to an end here. Do we have more goals? Shillong Lajong were trailing against Rajasthan 2, but made a comeback 2-1 before half time. And they will have a final few opportunities to try and do that again. Oh, the free kick taken quickly, just not directed well enough. Almost trying to steal it from the defenders.
just about a few more seconds left.
One back by Shillong Lajong. Kinsel Lohit from the left has an overlapping option in the form of Taryang. Good covering by Orbin. He's been that physical presence. The problem at the back for Shillong Lajong. They've felt some hardness to go past him. Heavy touch there. Stanley. Still Stanley. And a free kick for Churchill.
A free kick and one final opportunity before the first half ends to score that little goal. All eyes on the screen. Once again, if we see the replay, it's brought down.
There's a chance. The header is well miscued. And that is it for the first 45 minutes. All square at the Tilak Maidan, Goa. One goal, early one from Churchill brothers. That lead given by Stanley has been cancelled out by Frankie Puam's strike just a while before half time. They'll have to regroup and rethink of ideas and come back in the game with added motivation, looking for 3 full points. But the stats at halftime, 35% possession just for Churchill brothers, while Shillong Lajong enjoying 65% of possession. 9 shots from Churchill to 8 from Shillong. Not many on target, 3 shots on target from Churchill and 2 from Shillong Lajong. 6 fouls for both sides, 2 corners each, very much in balance this game. We'll have a look at the shot map. 9 shots. Abdul Karim Samb and Louis Ogana with 2 attempts each. Coco, Emmanuel Coffey, Orbin and Rahul Raju with 1 attempt each as well at goal. But it was only that 1 shot from Stanley which got Churchill their early lead. 8 shots, 4 of them from Buam for Shillong Lajong. Marcus Silva with 2, Daniel Gonsalves and Tamite with 1 attempt each. And of course a few fouls around the park, 6 for both Churchill and Shillong Lajong. The 6 of Churchill, 1 apiece for Gogo of the Karim, Orbin, Rahul Raju, Ruata Walte and Stanley.
And of course, if you take a look at the fouls of the visitors, of course, Gonzalez with a couple, and Hardy, Ronnie Revere and Brennan with 1 foul. And of course, we'll shortly take a look at the highlights. And like you just mentioned, that Stanley Fernandez's goal was cancelled out by that superb goal from Buam, which eventually made the match come into an even Stevens position, that is 1-1. The second half promised to be an absolute cracky jack of a game.
And there is the highlights of the first 45 minutes. That early striker from Rahul Raju saved, and the second one was even more impressive from Neto. And then after a while they kept knocking the door and found their goal. This was the moment. The punch out straight to Stanley, and he didn't fail to deliver for Churchill brothers. Precise shot to find the lead. A battle even is what we can call it at the moment. A few more chances falling Churchill's way, but after that it was Shillong Lajong who took back the control of this game. A few chances for Marcus Silva and Douglas Tardine. They combined, and this was one such combination play. There were more of them. There was Boom at the end of it, time and again. The might linked, of course, creating chances. Here was one sudden chance. Nishal Chandan's pass through found Orbin, whose shot was just wide. End-to-end stuff witnessed, and here's a chance which came for Daniel Gonsalves from Hardy Nongwi's free kick. How many times have we seen it this season? Day in, day out, one man keeps delivering. And here were more chances. Buam tried to be provider to Douglas Tardin. Couldn't find the back of the net. Here was another chance, another angle to it rather, but right after that it was Tardin who turned provider. Buam turned scorer, and he didn't fail to find the target. Prolific, and he is looking to get back to continue and get more such goals, such crucial goals for his team. And the last phase of action before half-time, a few more chances here and there, and not too much remaining, but then it is all square, all at levels at the break. We'll be back soon with 45 more minutes of entertaining action. Stay tuned, do not go anywhere.
Here we go for the second half of match number 114. The first half living up to its billing. The first goal, of course, from Stanley Fernandez, and then Boam scoring that equalizer. And 1-1 is presently the scoreline. Here we are back at the Tilak Maidan. Joining me in the combox, of course, is my co-commentator, Vashak Ghosh, who affectionately is also known as Mr. Professor for his knowledge about football.
That's a term only you love to call, but well, we are ready for proceedings in second half, and we'll wait to find out if there is a winner in this one, because it is all levels at the moment at 1-1 between Churchill brothers and Shillong Lajong. And they want to change history. They want to taste what they did almost 10 years ago here in Goa. But that day it was a clean sheet for Shillong Lajong. This is a different day, a different year, and they would look to find a similar result in this fixture. Churchill brothers in their home reds, attacking from right to left of your screen in this half, while Shillong Lajong in their away white stripes from left to right of your screens. They had a forced substitution. It was Douglas Tardin who was forced off, and in came Kinsel Luhith.
Here we go.
Another forward pass. Shillong Lajong. A hopeful ball forward. Orbin is there. Taking their time on that at the moment. Finally, on with the game. That's a giveaway. Two Churchill brothers looking to combine with Abdul Karim, not quite working.
Here we go from the left. Churchill brothers, all they have to do is clear it off, but they don't have to do anything, and the ball just goes outside on its own. Here we go. 48 minutes have elapsed.
A different setup for us. Will we see a different second half here on the pitch as well? Kinsai Kongshit down the right channel. It takes a long throw, not a position from where you generally see that, but using their weapons to full flight. And now Kinsel Luhid got the better of Gogo, is racing forward. Has to take his time. A good recovery from Gogo. And now a first time ball in, headed out by Nishal Chandan. But Damite has it with him. And a desperate clearance from Churchill.
Cleared away from the mouth of danger, of course. Churchill brothers, Nishchal Chandan does extremely well on that occasion, just to make sure that the ball is out of danger. And now here we go.
Gogo just trying to replicate what Kinsai Kongshit did at the other side of the pitch.
And of course, I mean, if you take a look at how things panned out in the previous game of today, it was a good game between Real Kashmir and Srinidhi Deccan, a tale of two halves. We could often see things change right after the half time. It was 1-1 at the end of the first half. Things can eventually turn on its head within a few minutes. That's football for you, where things change within a second, where things change within a breath of fresh air.
Indeed, and that is what these two teams will be trying to do here, trying to get back the lead. Kinsel from distance finds a cross in. Important intervention by Remruata. And they will have a corner here. Shillong Lajong. Hadi Nongri walking up to it. And he has time and again delivered for Shillong Lajong. Hadi Nongri with the corner kick. Headed out of danger, and Stanley will clear it.
And now in the midfield once again, Shillong. Now from the left, couldn't really keep control on that occasion. And the ball once again goes outside the sideline.
There's a bit of an issue for Daniel Gonsalves. And that doesn't seem to be good for Shillong Lechong. Eight fouls apiece at the moment. And a free kick for Churchill brothers.
And of course, back again with renewed energy. Let's see how things pan out here. Now a chance. Stanley Fernandez, left-footed shot, but straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, straight as an arrow. The direction was there, was just lacking someone inside. Now on the counter-attack, Shillong Lajong gets a little push from behind.
Oh, a bit of confusion at the back and cleared away. Getting open space now, Shillong Lechong. Here's Buam. Termite combines. Kinsai Kongshit deflected and collected by Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. I wonder if we'll see more substitutions, but Daniel Gonsalves, he needs to be careful. Has a bit of a niggle. Goes down and wins the ball back. And has seen a long pass through towards Marcos Silva, who will get onto it, latching on to the opportunity. And now Hadi. Controlled display from Shillong Lajong.
And of course, a quick substitution. It's going to be a Lingdo who comes in place. We'll shortly get to know that. But it's going to be, of course, Ronald Lingdo who will come into the picture.
It seems like it is Daniel Gonsalves. He was struggling with the groin and he is off. So there will be another change surely, because Ronald is more of a midfielder. So they'll have to bring on a defender because the centre back is now off. And we'll have to wait and find out, is that the case, or do we have a different formation? They play with 4 at the back, so would be very, very surprised. There is Ipor Lang Lingdo as well, and Henry Ford on the bench. Maybe they will come on sooner or later.
55 minutes up on the clock already. Story of the game, 1-1 in favor of both the sides. Good sportsmanship, spirit being displayed. Rudveer back on his feet.
The knock on his face there. That replay will make it clear. Was there a swing of the elbow? More in the follow through, nothing intentional. And we'll continue with the game. Cleared away. Well, who is slotting in that centre back position is my question. I believe there has been another change which has taken place off the radar, and I'll wait to find out who that player is. It is Renan Polino who has in fact slotted in that centre back role, and there has been only one change, which is Ronald Kiran Lingdo. And here's Termite, very tricky in his approach against 2 Churchill players. Just couldn't keep it in.
Now a quick substitution. Churchill brothers, of course. Martin Garcia, all the way from Uruguay, will be replacing Emmanuel Coffee. Martin replacing Coffee. Fresh legs, fresh energy. Can it bring a fresh approach to Churchill brothers?
Well, maybe, of course, because he's one man, quality filled in him. Martin Chavez and he will now provide all those threatening deliveries and crosses in the box, some shots from distance, but right now it's Gogo with the set piece.
Goes
long.
that.
The header missed by the keeper, and Louis Ugana almost there. Combined efforts from the defense to clear it out.
Nischal was pretty happy with the way Ogana made sure that setup happens. And now a set piece. Once again, if you see the replay, proper jump and then marginally short. Marginally short. Could have been an absolute amazing goal, but then of course cleared away from Shillong itself. Good combination from Abdul Karim and Ogana.
4th corner for Churchill brothers, and it'll be Lalrim Ruata Ralte who will go down to that right hand side, and a shift in captain's armband too, as Martin Chavez takes it on. Ramruata still waiting because there is a player down in the box. It is Nato, and the physio is needed. There is so much history between these two sides meeting one another. A very old rivalry. Well, not like a historical one, but of course a good number of years that they started this battle between one another. Initial days it was Churchill mostly, and after that Shillong Lajong, they started dominating the odds. There's been a good number of goals in their last campaign in the High League. Shillong Lajong returning to the High League after the 18-19 campaign, and in that campaign the fixtures, both the fixtures, the home and away, witnessed a total of 6 and 5 goals respectively. 3-2 win for Shillong Lajong in Shillong, and a 4-2 win for Churchill Brothers in Goa.
And now, of course, the confusion seems to have been sorted. Look at the ball possession. Shillong Lajong dominating. They're a team on a mission. Cleared away. Here we go.
And Tamite lays it off for Kinsai Luhit. Here's Hadi Nongbri. Hadi goes to the right, chest trap attempt, and Martin Chavez. That's a weird little battle there. And Martin Chavez comes out the best of that, gets a free kick.
It's not a free kick. I think that's going to be a goal kick. And Martin Chavez meaning business right when he's coming to the ground. Martin Chavez all the way from Uruguay.
He's been in the Indian football circuit since a while now. Knows how to grind out results, and that's one such pass which can help his team. Abdul Karim Samb stuck in the crowd.
And now, of course, Raju. Whenever you see Raju, but he's faltered over there. Marching forward. This is a good opportunity for Shillong Lajong. They're building it up. Now from the left. Just a couple of passes. And now a misdirected pass. And it's Churchill Brothers once again. Whistle blows. Possession in favor of the visitors. Shillong Lajong now slaps the ball forward. But this time, straight into the hands of the goalkeeper.
Here's Martin Chavez. Rahul Raju back on the ball. Has got enough space in front of him. Louis Ugana is there. Renan Polino filling the boots of Daniel Gonsalves for the time being, for this very match at least. And here's a physical battle won by Nishchul Chandan.
.64 minutes up on the clock, and the story of the game so far has been 1-1. Now Kinsai Long back in possession with Kinsai Long. Here we go. Shots for handball and in the line of sight. And Hardy Nongbri, think just has gotten himself a little injury. And Williams Joy jumping into action over there. Once again, if we see the replay of how things panned out, just gotten a little bit of an injury from behind. Here we go, Hardy and Martin Chavez. The 5-meter rule, as they say, to be 5 meters away from the person who's taking the free kick.
Well, wonder among all this chaos and talks about goalkeepers, where for Shillong Lajong, of course, Neto has got his opportunity today. We've seen Bishal Lama. Maybe sometime sooner or later we might see Rajat Paul Lingdo, another prodigy. And here's an attempt from the set piece and a free kick. And it'll be a yellow card as well. Getting a bit heated up here. And not sure if that was necessary, and now there might be a few cards flaring.
Tempers flaring, and so will cards be given here. This is not what you want to see on a football field. This is exactly not you want to see on a football field. And all eyes on the ultimate guardian of the game, the referee, who will have to take a call. Things getting heated up at the Tilak Maidan, and there you can see Stanley Fernandez quickly calling the physio. I think he's just gotten himself a hamstring pull. Not quite sure who the player is, not visible from this distance. But two players gotten injuries. Shillong Lajong quick to send their physio. And of course, both the physios of Churchill brothers, and of course, if we see the replay of how things panned out.
Francis Bonnet looking forward to see his team sealing the victory here. Still a bit of a chatter going on. There will be a few cards coming out surely. Rodney Wilson was involved too. He's getting up right now. And Damite was the one with the tackle initially. Stanley is down as well. He was down rather. Maybe we can meanwhile have another look at it, what exactly happened right after that tackle. It was not the tackle which caused the damage and the heated up arguments. Stanley will get a card too for his reactions, and that's a good spot by Williams Choi Koshi. And there will be more. There will sure be more. At least warning talks. Ronald Kidan Lingdo was involved too.
And a red card has been flashed over here for Lingdo. The referee asking him to leave the ground. Lingdo has been flashed a yellow card. He's going to miss the next game. He's asking why.
There are two red cards though. One is for Ronald Kidan Lingdo, who just came on a while ago. He's still confused why so. Because there was a push in between all those incidents. But Ronald is confused. He just came on, so it might be back-to-back matches, back-to-back red cards for Shillong Lajong. And this is something that'll haunt them. And the assistant referee having a word with the referee on pitch. They have to reverse the decision, or if they want to alter before the start of play, before play continues. Once it does, you cannot change the decision. So the discussions continue. And we'll wait if there's more cards, or if there's a card or two pulled back. And well, this will also see a lot of time added on at the end. Still waiting for a decision. Hadi Nongri had a word too. Well, he's sent off, and no questions about that. That is for sure. But there might be more cards. The Churchill supporters waiting. It seems like Martin Chavez has been shown red too. Is it? The way he's complaining, or is it something else?
I think he's the captain, therefore he's just standing in the line of fire. And I think Martin Chavez has to leave the ground as well. We'll get to know that shortly. But for now, it's Lingdo who's off the field. Unbelievable.
Well, no news from the center yet, so we have to wait for confirmation. But the only thing which was clear is that Ronald Kiran Lingdo has been sent off and Shillong Lajong are down to 10 men. Martin Chavez has stayed on the pitch. It was just some other issue he was pointing at.
And there you can see. Yep.
The struggle continues for Shillong Lajong. They conceded a red in the second half against Rajasthan United 2, and now against Churchill. And the long ball floated forward. The one positive is that they lack no motivation, no matter how many men on pitch. But the negative is that they now have to deal with a man advantage for Churchill. Oh well, there has been a red card for Churchill too. It is Gogo who has been sent off, and that is the confirmation on top of your screen.
So both the teams have had a man who has to warm the bench now. And of course, it is even Stevens, just like the scoreline of the game. It's Lingdo and Gogoi, but you got a feel for Lingdo. He just came a while back, Ronald Lingdo. Wanted to prove his mettle. There you can see a push from behind from Rahul Raju.
That's a bad challenge, tell you what. And he was struggling from injury concerns a while ago. You're riding onto the top of Hadi Nongri.
I think there's just going to be a lot of added time. We might as well have another half of football. Electrifying atmosphere here at Churchill Brothers. Electrifying.
It was offside, Kevin. And a quick restart. Hadi to Ronnie, and now Hadi will have to take a lot more workload now, but it is 10 versus 10 at the Tilak Maidan. Frankie controls. Tamat Lingdo's first touch wasn't that bad, and now Rahul Raju clears that. Ronnie will head back to Anito, who will take his time.
I'm sure both the teams would not be happy with a 1-1 draw here. Both the teams would be hoping to get that second goal. It's 73 minutes up already. That's 17 minutes of regulation time, and then God knows how many extra minutes we'll have for the unprecedented amount of drama, action, tempers flaring we've already witnessed. Stanley Fernandez has already been in the books of the two referees, of course, the three referees in fact. Stanley Fernandez. Scored that goal, of course, for Churchill Brothers to first blood, and then it was Buam. But here we go, a quick substitution. It's of course going to be Sebastian Zo, who comes into the ground, and look at the way he's marching forward And Nogana, who had scored a brace in the previous game against Delhi, has now been asked to take his boots off, take a chill, take a shot, and then of course there you can see the team's happy with the way he has performed.
Well,
Now
but
he
the,
can
but the
relax a
reason
bit.
is that he is sacrificed due to Gogo's red card. They wanted to add a defender. Sebastian So has been brought on, and well, Gogo needed to stay calm in such instances. It was anyway a free kick for Churchill brothers, but they'll move on. They will move on with the game. There's a quarter of an hour to be played and a few more added on, and saw a few more substitutions getting warmed up. Biaka was one of them, and Tamite has won the ball back. Clever towards Kinsel. Maybe sooner or later, or we can see the likes of Arik Bista, the man from Nepal, coming in. He's been a starter since coming in until 1 or 2 matches ago. But then the problem is they will have to sacrifice someone right now with 10 men. That question just it just becomes a difficult one.
And of course, rightfully pointed out that Ghana had to be sacrificed for losing out on a defender, and all Churchill brothers need is to make sure that they do not concede more goals. Yes, they can tear forward on the counter, score a few goals like they had it right now, but look at the defensive formations right on top, but Martin Chavez from behind, and then of course Buam couldn't really get enough on that one. Chavez sees that gentle push from behind and not happy with the decision of the on-field referee and the assistant referee pleading guilty. He wants the opposition to be Kinsai Lang, and of course his second foul. Here we go once again. If we see the replay, we'll come to that later, but of course a good delivery, but this time not a very good collection by Abdul Karim.
Well, Young not happy with the way Stanley went into that challenge. Young with the throw-in, and even though these two teams have met 13 times in the past, there has never been a 1-1 score line, and neither a 2-1 score line. So maybe we'll have a new score set up here, but will it be 1-1 or will it be 2-1 for either of these sides? It is a free kick taken quickly around the center of the park. Tamite.
And of course, I mean, new fortunes for the two sides as we step into the last few minutes of this game. Roughly about 12 minutes remaining on the clock. Grassroots for Billion I-League official. Those are some of the writings on the boards over there. Churchill brothers, the red machines as they call, pride of Goa. So is the pride of India I-League.
And here's Abdul Karim releases Martin Chavez. Here is Martin Chavez looking for the cross in, and that was deflected out for a corner. 12 minutes of regulation time, expecting at least around 6-7 minutes of additional time after 90. We'll wait to find out. And Remruata Rualte. Another corner kick for Churchill. A left-footed in-swinger towards Nato. And Nishchil got the final touch, says the official. But he says it was a save made by Nato. Still complaining. 12 shots from Churchill. And not two less from Lajong. 10 attempts from them.
Once again, if we see how things panned out, good little delivery, not clear from this angle as to who had that final touch. Neto Slabs the ball forward, away from the defensive third of Shillong Lajong. Now Rahul. Now that's a good ball forward, but couldn't really get enough on that one. Abdul Karim. Good work by Ronnie. The defensive line. Here we go. This time it's going to be Nishchal Chandan once again with the throw-in. A couple of throw-ins have been foul throw-ins, but now let's see if we can get this one right. The assistant referee would be closely watching. Seems like it is fine. Chance and off the crossbar, and this time it's a goal. It's Martin Chavez, the captain, who has left a lasting impression. He came off in the second half and off the woodwork, and then a fantastic header, full of precision, and a consummate finish from the Uruguayan. Fantastic work from Martin, who breaks the deadlock for the home side.
It was Abdul Karim who came close to scoring, which has been the story with him. Hits the crossbar, and Martin Chavez eventually was there at the final place where he needed to be, between all those defenders, and they should have cleared it quicker enough, but Martin Chavez was the first to react. Nato has no clue what happened after the ball hit the crossbar. It was in for Churchill's second.
Brilliant, and out of nowhere, the entire story of the game has shifted. It's undergone a tectonic shift. Churchill brothers, like we mentioned a while back, a win would take them to the 9th position in the points table. They are presently in the 11th, and a win for them would mean that they jump to the 9th position. Blockbuster Monday, like we mentioned, it has so far been a blockbuster Monday.
Well, and here's Martin Chavez trying to get control again. Throw in for Shillong Lajong though. And there were questions raised about Bishal Lama. I would want to once again put a point forward that one game is not enough to judge a keeper. He was having a bad day there, but apart from that, the rest of the season he had been pretty solid. But maybe we can sooner or later, as we discussed earlier in the game, see some youngsters, the likes of Rajat Paul Lingdo, getting his chance. And here's Hardy Nongri poking it forward. Renan Paulino, they're taking their time at the back because Churchill have made it compact in their own half now that they have the lead. A good first touch to control it. Kinsel, he is dropped deep, and he will look to get his team back again.
Now, men in white slowly trying to crawl back into the game. It's always tough on the road, but like we mentioned in the last 5 games, Churchill brothers have only won 1 game back at home and have lost 3 and have had a 1-1 draw against Namdhari. That stat would change if they win. It would be 2 wins on the bounce at home. They would be reclaiming the glory they have lost. This once used to be a fortress for Churchill brothers, but slowly it is slipping out of their hands. But it's been an inspiring performance. But mind you, it's still far from over, this game. We can say it's more than 10 minutes remaining of the game. If you take into account the extra time, and things could well and truly go in favor of the opposition. We saw in the previous game how Real Kashmir staged a comeback after being a goal down. But oh boy, he seems to be in excruciating pain. We got to work overtime today. There have been a lot of injuries, a lot of altercations, tempers flaring. But for people who love football, speaking about football never seems like work.
Indeed, but a long debate, a long conversation will be held after the last 6 goals Lajong have conceded in back-to-back matches. All those goals have been due to some or the other errors in the back line, in the goal line, and the fans do not like it. The Lajong faithful, they're always in the stadium, packed house every time they play at home. Shillong Lajong, they've been the backbone of this team, Shillong Lajong, and they were doing well in the start of the season. They have done extremely well to impress their fans, some quality football, entertaining display, but then a little fumble has happened since that Aizawl FC match. They were unbeaten till then, and then suddenly they've lost their grip in the game. They found back wins against Neroka and Trau, and then a draw against Rajasthan United. But then the red cards are also a talking point in games where you get down to 10 men. It is difficult to continue with your regular plan, which was on the cards. And another change, and as expected, it is the Nepalese international Arik Pesta coming on, and he has replaced Damait Lingto.
Here we go. Arik Pesta. Final few minutes to prove his impression. Final few minutes to prove the fact that he can leave a lasting impression. Martin Chavez from the left now. This time Abdul Karim. Martin Chavez takes a shot from a distance. Could have been a little awkward in front of the goalkeeper, but nevertheless back in position with the men in white. Arik Pesta now. Can he sparkle with rhythm and rhyme? Do something spectacular. Here we go. One.
Hadi Nangri couldn't keep it in. He had been leading the side in the initial stages of the league, and everything was fine back then. But he missed a few matches too in the middle due to injury or due to some other reasons. Not exactly sure about it. But those were the matches where they lost out on too many points. And a yellow card out for Kinsai Kongshit for that lash at Martin Chavez. And there's the reason why he got himself into the books. And now Remruata stopped there. 1 yellow card each. 69% possession for Shillong Lajong. And they are trailing at the moment. Sebastian, and now Richard Costa. Here's Richard Costa. Finds Remruata, solid blocking. Can Arik Pesta help Shillong Lajong? But before that, Martin Chavez is on with a few step overs. They're showboating at the moment. Asking a bit too much here. Oh well, for a moment I got scared. He had the red card in his hand. It was a yellow given eventually, but a triple substitution for Churchill brothers. And it is Lunmin Len Haukip coming on along with Biaka and Chika Julu, who makes his return. Well, Shillong Lajong go next to play Aizawl in Aizawl. They would seek revenge in that match. That has been the turning point of their journey this season. Hardy Nongri has pointed out to some issue, and the referee has gone to his pocket again.
Seems like another card. A couple of cards. Oh boy, it's impossible to keep track of the number of cards that have been given in this match.
Well, just a while ago, they showed it was a 1-1 on yellow cards, but now the stats change. But more importantly, there's been a few red cards which make it even worse. That is why we are bound to say so, that there has been a number of cards because the players are down to 10 aside. But Chika makes his way in after a good long while. Abdul Karim Samb, he doesn't have his goal, but he has helped his team for the time being to get the lead. And Martin Chavez is being taken off too, maybe because of the tempers flaring. And
that's aptly pointed out by you that Martin Chavez has been taken off. It 100% cannot be because of stamina or loss in energy. They, of course, are looking to park the bus, in fact, and of course the captain's armband has changed. He scored the goal.
he came in, he did the job, and he's going off just at 90. And he'll be enjoying it if the scoreline stays this way or gets better. And Chika Chulu is coming on, and Piyaka is, of course, along with the other two changes, Lalpiak Lua coming on. So we are into additional time here.
7 minutes of added time, as you can see. I beg you.
Well, it is a minute more than 7, 8 minutes. Yes, what we are hearing has been added on. Ronnie. So 8 minutes of time for Shillong Lajong to try and salvage at least a point from this fixture.
I was technically not wrong because 1 minute has already elapsed, so it's 7 minutes remaining.
Well, no prizes for that guess, but Shillong Lajong have got themselves a free kick in a very interesting position. And Hardy Nongri is moving away from it because Arik Bista is there this time. And he straight away collects the ball. He knows he got a free kick. Hardy will come back, but Arik Bista can try and trouble. Arik Besta, he goes for goal himself directly and collected. Here's a chance for Churchill meanwhile.
And now, of course, the men in red. Once again, a quick chat with the referee. And it is the men in red who are back with that attempt. Here we go. A little bit of a variation, a little bit of a fumble. And Haukip just loses out possession on that one. Here we go, the men in white. There you can see asking the players to fall back. Roughly about 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes in fact left. There's no time for variations. They have to push the ball into their aggressive third and take their shots, take their chances. Arik Bista. Cleared away. once again. This time stayed in the hands of the fielder.
Shubhashish will collect that, and they have half of the additional time to see off to find another victory against Shillong Lajong. They will take a lead in the head-to-head. And here's Lun Min Len Haukip trying to find Chica, cleared away by Renan Polino. And now they
on
will
the
race
counter
forward.
attack. They're tearing forward on the counter. But fantastic work from Rahul. Look at that turn. Gently pushes the ball forward. Haukip. But loses out possession again. Ronnie Wilson. Back with the goalkeeper. Pushes the ball towards the left. This time, it's Taryank. Gives it, of course, to Renan D'Souza, the captain. Now, Ronnie. Let's see what Ronnie can do. Gently pushes it forward. But Rahul, Raju, right on top. Clearing the ball away. Quick, Kinsai Long. Arik Bista. Volleys it behind. They're trying to build it up. There you can see slick passing, trying to build it up. Momentum in favor of Shillong Lajong. All they need is that little opening. And this, well, could be the claiming for an elbow shot to the face. But the referee is definitely not interested. Lloyd scored a goal in the previous game. Shillong Lajong staring at a defeat. Now, this is not what Bobby Nongbet would have wanted. Bobby Nongbet seemed confident for a top 4 finish, even for a finish at a higher position in the points table, of course. But a result like this wouldn't really get that on the counter now. Trying to do something out of the blue. Rahul gives it to Fernandez. Takes a wild hit and the ball goes outside, and they wouldn't bother getting the ball back because match is well and truly in their favor. And I think the physio has been called once again. Oh boy, what a long light we are having here. Shubhashish.
Just running down the clock, I believe at this late stage of the game wasn't knock taken. Has been playing over the years a long time since he made his debut, and he knows what he needs to do at this point of time. Hopefully all right. Just a little issue with that right knee. Already had a strapping, was struggling in the previous game too, but he'll be up on his feet, I'm sure. Might see the game running a minute more after the 8 additional ones. The Shillong bench, at least Bobby Nong, but he's not happy with what he's seeing. This is one positive about Shillong Lajong. They trust their local players, their local coaches. Over the years, we have seen the likes of Thangboy Singto in the past. He's in charge of Hyderabad FC in the Indian Super League. We've seen Allison. We have seen who is with the Mohammedan right now in their coaching unit. A number of good coaches coming up from Meghalaya. And of course a number of players supplied, most of them through this Shillong Lajong side, this Shillong Lajong setup. Even right now in the national team, in the Indian national team, the likes of Mahesh Naram Singh, very regular for East Bengal right now. Not sure if there's enough time remaining in this contest. Shubhashish Chaudhary, he'll play it as long as possible. And Shubhashish goes long, maybe a minute extra because of all those stoppages. Hopeful ball forward Can Shillong Lajong steal a point here? A Buam couldn't get enough on it. And Marcus Silva has won it back. And now towards Buam. There is Kinsel in the box who turns and shoots Shubhashish in the way of that 1 point for Lajong. But Kinsel Louis will continue. And eventually Churchill parry it away. But what an important save from Shubhashish. And here's Nito, turning out to be a sweeper keeper at the moment. And he has to track back quickly.
Fantastic keeping from Shubhashish. Just showed everyone what class he belongs to. Might not be a clean sheet, but he still be happy with the fact that he could coast his team forward to a victory. That really was the turning point. That save right now could have stood in way between the 3 points they're getting and the 1 point they could have got. So he has orchestrated those 2 points quite rightfully. He took his time. Maybe if he would have just taken it a bit lightly, then probably he couldn't have finished it on a high. But of course, talking about finishing on a high, it is Churchill brothers who finish on a high in what was an exhilarating day of football, full of drama, full of entertainment, full of action, all intertwined together into one complete package in a match number 114 of the ongoing I-League. Shortly take a look at the highlights and the match statistics. But what a game we've had. We've got an absolute top class game.
Well, and quality knows quality. Martin Chavez having a chat with Hari Nongri. But the stats at full time 2-1 in favor of Churchill, even with that little 30% possession. 70% for Shillong Lajong. 15 shots for Churchill, of which 7 were on target. And 12 from Shillong Lajong. Only 4 on target. And Douglas Stradin's injury was surely a talking point. 5 corners and 3 for Shillong Lajong. A red card for both sides. It was Coco and Ronald Kidden being sent off. 15 shots were seen from Churchill, and many of that coming from Abdul Karim Sam 3, and Aubin with 2 attempts as well, along with Chavez, every one of them getting a shy at goal. But Boom with the most for Shillong Lajong, 4 shots and got the goal as well. 2 for Marcus Silva, 1 attempt from Arik Pista from the free kick. Daniel Gonzalez got a header in. Tamait Lindo and Kinsai Luhit their chances as well. And the Churchill Brothers players just applauding their fans, who are not in massive numbers but have been regulars and faithful for this Red Machine side. 16 fouls all across the pitch. 2 each from Costa, Abdi Karim, Aubin, Rahul Raju and Walte. 3 from Stanley. And then for Shillong Lajong, 14 fouls from them too. Kinsai Luit with 3, Kinsai Kongshit with 3 as well. Daniel Gonzalez with 2, Tamait Lindo, Heidi and Renan Polino with 1. But that red card was surely again the turning point of the game for both the sides. And the table at the moment, not much movement after this for Shillong Lajong. They stay at 6th, but Churchill, they climb up a spot ahead of Rajasthan United. They have 20 in their bag and they want to at least finish in a respectable position. Shillong Lajong have to work hard if they want to finish in the top 4. They still have a chance. They will move to Aizawl up next. But right now from the Tilak Maidan, we bid adieu, as this is it from this very game. But just before, we'll have a look at those goals in moments. There was the first one from Stanley, and then the assist provided by Douglas Stardin. Frankie Boom converting it was on a plate for him, and there were a few more chances here and there, which were all stopped by the defense lines. This was Louis Ogana's chance from Abdul Karim's header, but soon after they kept on chances coming from which the lead was taken. And this was the incident. And that was the tackle, after which a few outlashes, due to which the red cards came flashing out.
Of course, this was the goal from Chavez, which eventually proved to be the deciding factor in the game. He scored that goal and then eventually was taken off a while back as well. Like you mentioned, he did his job. And look, he's getting a slap from jersey number 7. And then once again, this could have gotten a card. But so much drama happening in this match. Shillong Lajong once again have gotten a red card. But then this save from Shubhashish could well be talked for days and days to come. But with that, we wrap proceedings. Match number 114, Churchill Brothers 2, Shillong Lajong 1. This is your commentator Shayanto signing off alongside my co-commentator Ashot. Thank you. Have a great week ahead.